Rosh Hashanah, the theme is sweetness. And we dip our apple into honey, and we eat honey cake. Shana Teva Masuka. So honey comes from bees. Now, how much honey does a bee make?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, right? You'd think so. The answer is, and I looked this up, the average bee during its lifetime makes 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. It takes 12 bees to make a teaspoon of honey.
Lifetime.
So lifetime. Yeah, but I don't think they live that long either. But the point is that when you go and you buy your 16 ounces of honey, so I told this to my kids, and my daughter, that's her math. She's a big math head, and she immediately made a cheshbon. 1,600 bees made this this thing of honey, right? Or when you have your honey nut cereal, when you eat your honey cake on Rosh Hashanah, you think about that. How many bees it took? Imagine one day you have a bee that's a very smart bee, and the bee thinks to himself, "Really, my entire life I'm laboring to make 1/16 of a teaspoon of honey? It's not worth it. Forget about it. I'm gonna go on vacation." I don't know what the bee vacation would be, but what's the point? What's the point in working so hard to produce so little? So if one bee decided to go on strike, it probably wouldn't be such a big deal. But imagine if the other bees then also took the initiative and they're all going on strike, then we wouldn't have our honey cake, we wouldn't be able to dip our apples into honey. And what's the point? What's the obvious point over here? Okay, so a bee lives for a few months. Great. Okay, we live 70, 80 years. And sometimes, like a bee, you can wonder, I'm working so hard. And how much am I actually producing? What am I actually producing? But we have to remember, it's not only about us collectively. But just like the bee, Taka, one bee, what it does maybe is not so significant, but in terms of when you have together all the hundreds or thousands of bees that make up the beehive, so what they produce is amazing. And the same thing as us, every single one of us has a role, and we produce Taka, we produce something which is beautiful and which is sweet. And even if it seems that it's a little, we have to realize we're part of a larger body of Klal Yisrael. And the work of all the generations, over all the Yidden, over all the generations, all together come together to provide this massive amount of honey, or the avodah which is needed in order to bring us all to that final day when we hear the Shefer Gadol, and we will have the coming of Mashiach. And that is the